Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope all is well. I am getting ready, or just got ready, to take my son to his post-op appointment. As you probably know from my last video, he had septum surgery last week. He is so uncomfortable. He's just ready to get those tubes out, feel normal, breathe normal. Being autistic does not help. So we are so looking forward to this appointment. But anyway, my heart's just been heavy with all this hurricane tragedy. I've never been in a hurricane. I can't even begin to imagine what it looks like. It already looks bad to me from watching news and seeing videos and pictures. My mom told me tons of stories when she was little in Puerto Rico, that she went through a horrible hurricane. My biggest tragedy has been the '89 earthquake. I'm from Oakland. I was in Oakland. I was in the heart of it, in the middle of it. I saw buildings come down around me, being in our car going like a boat, and my friends just taking off from the fear, and I was in shock, not knowing what was going on, and I'm running from one side, from one building collapsing to another, and finally a doctor finally tried to calm me down and get me to a safe place. A lot of lost in Oakland. I know the news had covered San Francisco, which some things did happen. There were a lot of fires. Part of the bridge collapsed. There was some damage in San Francisco, but it was mainly in Oakland. Not to take anything from San Francisco, but it was just hurtful because the news, because San Francisco is more known because of the Golden Gate Bridge, and it's more touristic and famous. They felt like if they said Oakland, the world would be like, what are you talking about? Which everybody should know what Oakland is by now. So we went to kind of through that. I can't even talk on top of what we went through. And as you know, it's famous. It was a big earthquake. So that's the worst I've gone through, and I'm alive and safe, and everything is great to this day after so many years. But so I could kind of imagine from having that earthquake, but at the same time not imagining, because it's such a different storm, it's such a different disaster. But my heart is going out to all the families and the people in Texas. Oh my God, I just pray that you are able to stay strong and hold steadfast and rebuild your lives so that you can return to your homes and your family and your friends and your community as soon as possible. I hope that this horrible ordeal soon becomes thing of the past, and that you could just move on. Oh my God, I don't really have anybody in Texas. My daughter's sister-in-law, she just came from Texas, escaping it barely, but so I'm glad she's here and not really, there where we have to really worry. But we are worried about the people, even though we don't know you. We live in this world together, so you're human beings. You're people that we see, through the TV as much as they show us, and just to know that another human being, other families are going through this horrible Hurricane Harvey is just the devastation that we see on TV and on the news. It's just, our hearts are heavy. So I want you to know that I pray for you dearly. Like I said, that you can stay strong and hold steadfast. And if anybody has lost anybody, my deepest sympathy for you. And I hope that just God gets you through this difficult and sad time and keeps you strong and gives you comfort and peace. Really, I have thought about this. I have prayed about it. I have shed tears about it. It's just something that weighs heavy. It just seems like the world is going through a crazy time. We already know we're in a very sad and scary time from politics and beyond. And now to have storms and stuff like that. There's fires. I'm in California, so we're having a ton of fires. We've had it for the last few years, and it just seems like it doesn't stop. Just when we're trying to get over one, there's another. I know Oregon and Montana, I believe, are going through hell. So my hearts go out to them as well. Now we have Hurricane Irma, which is just, oh my God, it's from my people. I'm Puerto Rican, as you probably know, full-blooded. I have a ton of family over there. We haven't really seen each other in years. Puerto Rico is so expensive to go to, and it's just been really hard. But we buried our dad there. The last time we went, it was really for a sad occasion, but it was how do you say it? Mixed emotions, because it was you know, really our first time really experiencing as adults Puerto Rico and getting to know so much family and where my parents are from and just the whole country of Puerto Rico. But then we were there to bury my dad. So it was like, whew. So we are planning to go back as soon as we can, you know, to go see my dad's grave because it's been really like 20 years. 22 years because I was pregnant with my son and he's going to be 22 next month. It's so sad, but it's just been so hard to go back. I don't know if you can understand that. I'm not even going to explain it, but it's difficult. It's really difficult. But you know, we know our family that's over there. We love them. And I hope that they're safe and somehow we could hear from them. Like I said, we're trying to plan a trip either next year or the year after, but we want to go with my husband, my kids, nieces, nephews, just all go back because we didn't all go that last time. So, so we want to take our families and go back there and just show them what Puerto Rico's all about and to meet our family and stuff like that. So, you know, I have a cousin named Lourdes out there, Angel Luis, Rafa, all my cousins. You know, I don't have any aunts and uncles. I think they have all passed away, but it's more so a ton of cousins. We love you guys, even though we don't see you and we haven't seen you in a long time. You were always in our hearts and in our thoughts. We love you. We hope you're alive and safe. And to all the people in Puerto Rico, that's, you know, our culture, our roots, our blood. That's, you know, my heart goes out to Puerto Rico because that's where our heart is. And like I said, that's our people, that's our family, that's our culture. I just hope that this passes fast and that, you know, there's less victims as possible. If we can save everybody, that would be awesome. But from what we hear, this storm is probably the biggest and the most lethal. I was hearing in the news, I think it was earlier today or last night, where when the eye of the storm is so perfect, it's more lethal. And because it's a category 5, it is monstrous. So I can't even imagine. I was watching one of my ladies that I learned to cook Puerto Rican food from on here, Evelyn Dominguez. Love that woman. She does not even know me, but she has changed my life. And I learned so much on how to cook Puerto Rican food. And it's so close to the way my mom cooked. And I just can't thank her enough. But she was doing a video yesterday. She lives in Florida, and Florida is close to the Caribbean, close to Cuba. So they're getting ready just in case. And she went, I guess, to 3 Walmarts, and it was so many people they couldn't even get through or walk through. So she finally went to her 4th and last Walmart, and she was able to get through it. Still, the video showed there were tons of people, and the shelves were empty from people buying gallons of water and canned foods and anything for like emergency purposes. They like to be prepared even though it might not exactly hit them, and that's such a wise decision. And I heard last week that by the 5th day or something, I don't know if my information is actually correct fully. I know that they did say that it could come towards the United States. So, you know, that's scary. In Florida, of course, is in the United States, but it's right next to the Caribbean. So I just wanted to come out here and just, you know, tell the people that are going through these hurricanes that we love you, even though we don't know you. We love you as human beings. We can only imagine our families going through that and how we would feel. And so you're not alone. We are praying deeply for you. We have you in our thoughts and prayers. We're watching the news constantly to keep up on what's going on. We want to help in any way we can. So, I'm sorry. Oh, God. My nose is really cloggy. Yeah, so, you know, this is really a scary time to live in this world. And then you have that on top of it is just devastating. It's so devastating. So, you know, I just hope that these people find shelter and find safety and just pray. Just pray. I mean, that is like the only thing and the best thing we can do is just pray that God will have mercy on us, that God will protect us and keep us safe, keep our families, our friends, our community safe. That's all we got, and that's the best thing we got. Who better than to depend on God? I mean, I just can't express that, whether you're spiritual, religious or not, it just has to be more to life than just materialistic things on earth. So if you don't believe in God, you have to believe in something, spirituality, that I don't know how to even explain it, because I can not even imagine not believing in God. I was born and raised Catholic, but I was also a non-denominational Christian. So I know those both of those worlds. And I've been really going back and reading some scriptures lately on if there was some comfort. Of course, the Bible's can always comfort you. So I was trying to find some comfort and some answers to what God expects us to do, or what's happening. The world has to end someday, and I don't think we're really far off. I really don't. It's sad to say. I wish we could live another 1,000 years. I wish we could live forever. That's not the reality of life. But whatever years God gives us, we have to be grateful, and we have to just enjoy each and every second with our families, and just hold them tight. And just, again, the best thing you can do is pray, and pray for God's mercy on us, because we're not perfect people, and constantly every day we're not sinners. I'm sure there are sinners and really evil and bad people. That's for sure. We're seeing it in these times, but with all the hate and racism and who we have in politics and stuff like that. But there's some of us that really live a decent, good life, and we feel that, we're honest, good, loving, giving, respectful, understanding, patient people, but still we're not perfect. So there is a degree of still of unconscious sin there. And so we have to constantly pray for God to forgive us for whatever we have said and done that might have offended him, or hurt somebody, or offended somebody, and that he has mercy. We have to say that he has to have please God, have mercy on us. Keep your blessed and protected hands on us and our families, our children, our friends. I have a son that's autistic, and that's the constant worry that I have, that God will please bless me with many more years of life, so that I can be with him and protect him and help him until he's an old man. I really pray for that. And for my other children, I love them and they need me. But I know with my daughters, they're strong. And even though it would be sad, they love me, of course, but I have a little bit more confidence that they will be able to get through with my son being autistic. And I know my daughters will take amazingly care of my son. But, as a mother, you just want to be there. And that is my fear, that what if my day comes and I can't be with my son, and how my son's world will fall to pieces. And I know that my daughters will make his life the best and most amazing, but he's going to miss me, and his world will turn upside down. And so, I love life. And I'll always tell God, I want to live because I love life. I appreciate love. I love smelling, the roses, like they say. I like looking at the trees, the sky. I've really been focused into that lately, and just going, oh, I'm alive, I'm healthy, I can breathe. There's so many people that don't have that. And I have the most amazing children, and I have a wonderful husband, and I'm in a good space in my life right now, and I can't ask God for more, but I do ask him to forgive me, and to have mercy on me and my family and my friends and the world, to bring peace back to the world, to really stop this madness and all this stuff. So whatever your personal prayer is, it has to be your personal prayer. It's your personal connection with God. That's just kind of the way I think. And so, I just really, really, I'm lost for words for what is happening in the world. But right now I'm thinking of these devastation storms, and I just hope that, we all find life, health, happiness, and peace, and that these poor people in Texas and in Puerto Rico and the Caribbean, I heard it was going to hit Turks and Caicos, the Bahamas, Puerto Rico big time, and probably Cuba, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody mentioned that on the news today, or was it last night? I was up in the wee hours last night, so I'm kind of mixing today with the wee hours. Well, what it actually is today, because it was like 1:21, because I looked at my TV when I was watching the news. So, oh my God, please, Lord, please, I'm just going to say a quick little prayer, and I hope nobody gets offended. If you do, hey, That's too bad. I will never deny God or be embarrassed to say anything about God or prayer or anything. So, dear Lord, I ask you to be with these victims, with these families, with these children, with the state of Texas, with Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Cuba, whoever it crosses their path. Lord, please protect them. Please have mercy on them. Please keep them alive, keep them safe, bring them back to their family and friends and their community. May they rebuild as fast as they can. May they hold strong and steadfast, and may they be comforted in this very difficult and sad time. I ask you, Lord, to have mercy on all of us as a people, as a world, as a community, as whatever, as a state. Just please, Lord, be with us and our families and any human being that may need you on this earth, Lord, for whatever they're going through, whether it's fires or tragic storms or, anything in their life, any illnesses or a loss of a loved one or domestic violence or breast cancer, anything that they may be going through that may be difficult and sad. Please give them strength and comfort through this difficult and sad time. Have mercy on them, Lord. Only you can help us, Lord. Only you can do this. And I pray that this passes fast and that these victims and at least oh Lord, so much I want to say, that least damage as possible is done, but more than anything, that lives are saved, whether it's human beings or animals. Lord, let's not forget about our animals. They're the most loving, loyal, comforting, dedicated people that we can have in our life, or as animals that we can have in our life. And Lord, keep them safe as well. May they find shelter in your name, Lord. I pray for the state of Texas. I pray for Puerto Rico and the entire Caribbean. And I pray for the world. We're living in a scary time. May we find peace. May peace come back to us. And may all this hate and racism and all this stuff pass. Please, Lord, we pray in your name. So I hope you didn't mind that. Again, it doesn't matter, because I am proud to say I love and believe in God, and I try to go to him as much as possible. I am not a perfect person. I'm constantly being conscious of things that I say and do, and I'm going to continue to make mistakes, and I just hope that they're less and less sin. I'm a type of person, let me tell you, one of the things I struggle a lot with is I tell it like it is. Always when, I hear people say, well, I'm going to tell it like it is person, but that doesn't give you the right to offend people. When I say I'm going to tell it like it is person, it's because you've come for me, and I'm not going to sit there and take it. Even the Bible says, don't suffer fools gladly. So it's one thing to forgive, but it's another thing to suffer fools gladly. And God clearly says that in the Bible, don't suffer fools gladly. If you physically come for me, I'm coming back. I don't tolerate any disrespect, any insult, any physically harm to me or my family. That's just not the way I'm built. That's not the way I operate. It could be a part of growing up in East Oakland. It could be just part of being hurt and betrayed so much that it's like, hey, but I think I've gotten better with it as I've matured and gotten older in life. So, but that doesn't mean that because I have a consciousness to love and believe in God, and I want to do the right thing, and I want to choose my battles, that oh my God, she said this, or she did this, or she said a cuss word. Oh, I thought she was all spiritual and religion. Please don't confuse the two. Don't even get it twisted. That's not how it goes. Okay. So, and that's not to judge anybody, and I don't feel like I have to explain or prove anything to anybody. That's not the way I'm built either. But at the same time, as human beings, we try to overcome things, and we try to have less struggles and try to choose our battles wisely. We're not fighting about every little thing, but really choosing when is it really worth stepping up, speaking up, and fighting back, and when it is not even worth it. Because one thing that I think it was Morgan Freeman that said, in order for you to insult me, I have to value your opinion. So if I don't value your opinion, why am I allowing you to insult me or hurt me? So those are the type of things that, I'm constantly reading, and really, whether it's in a positive book or a life-changing book or the Bible, I'm trying to, really balance it out and put it into perspective. Same time, not losing who I am, but at the same time, trying to overcome and do the best I can. Let's put it that way. That's the best way I could put it. So again, our prayers and thoughts are with all of you, and we will continue to pray, and we continue to do whatever we can. And, I just said that prayer, and I hope, that you guys hear us, but, or can feel that we love you and we are praying for you. And so God bless. Take care.